This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome into Bad Karma Wrestling here at IMS Studios in O'Hare. I'm David Double D Dykstra. I'm here with my boy.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston. Always ready to roll.
That's right. We've got a lot to get to. A lot. And it's kind of sucks that we're not going to be able to talk about what's going to happen tonight because that's, you can sit here and say what you want about AEW. Lots of things going on there as well, and we're going to jump into AEW here in a second. But the big story is what's going to happen tonight on SmackDown. So we'll tease it. We'll talk about it. We'll make predictions on what we think will happen.
Sure thing.
But we're going to talk AEW. We're going to talk WWE as we always do. Then we get into our WrestleMania moments.
Finally cracking the top 10.
Hitting that top 10. It'll be a royally good time talking about WrestleMania.
Ooh, okay.
You like that tease?
Yeah.
Like a little teasers? Mm-hmm. Oh, like a little teasers? All right, so let's recap Revolution.
Yes.
From my point of view, and then I will come to you. Top to bottom, I give it an A-. Solid A-, maybe peaking up to A, because the great matches far out exceeded the matches that didn't quite hit.
Yeah.
So we'll get into all the who did what and when and where and all the results. Your feelings on how Revolution went? Similar.
I'm gonna give it an A. I loved it from the beginning. It got a little slow, but like you said, in that middle part, that's where it started to pick up for sure. Like, oh, is this when we're kind of turning the stone? And yes, absolutely, you picked up absolutely with Ospreay and Takeshita. That was match of the night.
Match of the night is underselling.
Oh, absolutely.
Underselling.
3 months into the year, we're already talking about match of the year.
Yeah. Like, we're in March, early March.
Yeah.
Not even, like, late March. We're in early March talking about Takeshita and Ospreay possibly being the best match of the entire year. That's crazy to me, but well-deserved in my eyes.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal match from the moment it started. A couple missed spots, but that's going to happen when two guys are going as hard as they're going. Really thought Ospreay might have bruised his liver at one point.
Yeah, that was brutal.
The missed spot there was almost tragic. But
just it was a bad abrasion, rope burn from top to bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was probably the worst pain he's ever
worst
felt.
Pain in his life. He wanted to cry. He said that during the scramble. He said he grabbed the referee, he wanted to cry.
Yeah, it looked painful. So do you want to start at the top with 0 Hour and maybe talk about that?
Yeah. Overall, like I said, I saw, like I said, a nice third in thirds. It was like a math first third, nice little second third.
0 Hour was solid.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I was more or less just talking about the actual main card of it. But yeah, honestly, from 0 Hour, we're just going to jump in the first match. But Statlander and Willow Nightingale versus Hart and Sky Blue might have been the best women's match on the night, but the least important.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree. I think the women's title match took a little bit of a more technical ground aspect to their match, and a
tough spot in the middle of that card too.
Yeah, that's for those girls to level up to what was going on around them is a difficult thing for not just a woman wrestler,
but not to take away. That was a great match.
Yeah,
too.
Not to take away from any woman, mind you, but any dude living up to those levels that were going on around them. I mean, it was just. Can you top this? And everybody trying to.
Absolutely, I love that. I love that mentality in the locker room. But the first one before that, Switchblade, Jay White, the Guns, and the Acclaimed, and Daddy Ass, can't forget about him, taking on Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, Satnam Singh, and Private Party. I think the only thing to take away from that was Jeff Jarrett's little bit in the ring.
Listen, I am a huge Willie Mack fan.
Oh yeah. I'm glad he's still part of the roster.
Big African American doing lucha libre stuff is good for me.
Yeah.
And he comes out with the little throw pick.
Yeah, sign me up.
Puts it in the back of his trunks and then stabs people with it. It's great.
While it doesn't, I don't like Jay White at the 0 hour of the card. It's nice to see him getting back into the swing of things now. Actually, back on Dynamite, I think he's going to go over on Darby at Big Business, considering Darby's going to Mount Everest, and
that's an interesting one
freeze.
for me. Or are they going to let Darby leave on a high?
I don't know. I'd rather give it to Switchblade if he's going to be there for the time being.
I totally agree with you. Like if you're
Switchblade Swerve, and then you get Joe in there after Switchblade or after Swerve gets the title.
We'll see.
Whew,
We'll see.
love that. Next up after the 0 hour, we had Christian and Daniel Garcia.
Did not like that match.
I felt like missed opportunity to capture that lightning in a bottle moment. And
For
while
Daniel Garcia?
while it is a
100%.
nice picking up the storyline, the big picture is surrounding Copeland and Christian. I felt like put the title on Garcia, but if you have paid attention, he said it off air a while ago. Tony Khan said you're going to see a lot more Daniel Garcia. So not missed opportunity, but you could have had a nice moment right there.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, Copeland shows up on Dynamite, chokes out Christian's son.
Takes care of Kill Switch as well.
Stop calling him Kill Switch. It's horrible.
I think it's actually pretty fun. I have a cousin named Christian. I do want to get him the shirt. He doesn't have a child yet, but for the future's sake, when that T-shirt is off Pro Wrestling Tees, just to have a Christian is my dad. It would just make sense. At least for my cousin whose name is Christian.
So it wasn't a great start to the pay-per-view. The thing could have been even more technical, but at this point, I've heard it throughout his career. Christian is stiff.
Yeah.
So it's hard for a guy who flows like Daniel Garcia does to work with a guy who's stiff.
And that was a good change of pace match just in the beginning. Very different because they were like working his ankle, working like different spots on it. So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a spot match like usual, but it was nice. Like I said, could have got the win, could have gave it to Daniel Garcia, but like I said, for the sake of the storyline, keep it on Christian Cage. There's too much heat on him right now. Yeah. Kingston and Danielson, Continental Championship match. What do we think there?
Could have been better, but they were telling a story throughout the whole match. Yeah. Of Danielson working on his arm, trying to get him to submit by using his arm that he uses the tornado or whatever, the backhanded fist.
Yeah. The spinning back fist, yeah.
Yeah, the spinning backhand or whatever you want to call it. I like that they kept it on Eddie moving forward because it looks like it might be Okada Eddie for that triple crown. Triple crown, which would make sense because Okada still wants to work with New Japan, but not full time. So it would be cool for him to have that triple crown.
And then, Danielson gets the loss. He's got string together a couple of big losses together, but man, oh man, Danielson and Ospreay potentially. I mean, we'll get to that in just a little bit after it's been fun watching AEW as of late.
100%. Dynamite lived up to it this week.
That was amazing. Let's see. While we didn't get our like I said, Meat Madness was on ice, but you still got a taste of it in this 8-man scramble. I know. I didn't.
Impressed.
Not really. And the big failure, I think Jericho thought was going to get a big pop, was him and Hook coming face to face. Not looking like they're going to get a storyline against each other. Looking like they're going to be a part of that tag team tournament with each other. So I
think Jericho turns on Hook at some point.
There could be that. There was also that idea because Sammy Guevara got suspended.
For what?
The altercation with Jeff Hardy, I believe that's what it was.
He and Jeff got into it.
He might have been. It would have probably just the whole in ring thing during the whole altercation. But I'm not entirely sure. That was, like I said, Sammy Guevara is suspended though. Sammy Guevara. Jericho or Hook doesn't need the Jericho rub. I don't think a lot of people really need the Jericho rub nowadays.
We were talking about
it's going to be the Danielson rub. Yeah.
Danielson, Mox,
Omega when he eventually comes back. That's going to be the rub. So it's sorry, Jericho.
Young Bucks if you're a tag team.
Exactly.
FTR.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I did like the Wardlow, Archer, Hobbs, and Brian Cage getting in there, just the 4-man section part of it. But ultimately, for it to just be, Mr. Mayhem Wardlow getting the dub, kind of fell flat overall.
Yeah.
But like I said, decent little spots, but overall, nothing you're going to remember. Cassidy and Strong for the International Championship match. Thought this was a nice one. Nice way for Orange Cassidy to lose it, and a great way for Strong to kind of make the Undisputed Kingdom somewhat relevant now.
3 out of the 5 have belts.
Yeah.
And Wardlow's got his title match.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, that's looking good. What was the thing Swerve said on Dynamite? He called him Mr. Gadget or something like that.
Oh, Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
The evil guy from Inspector Gadget.
Oh, okay.
No, not evil Inspector Gadget. I can't remember.
I guess there's like
Claw, that's right. It's Claw.
Yeah, he called him Claw. So that was a nice little reference for anyone that got that. And then overall, just Orange Cassidy. I mean, he's been literally banged up in storyline.
Now he's going into that tag team tournament.
Yeah, with him and Beretta.
So.
Yeah, so I like it. It was a good, solid match. That spot where it looked like Orange Cassidy just broke his back. That was crazy to see. But like I said, overall, like Strong getting a title, getting a win. So that was fine.
It phenomenal. You knew what was going to happen in the main event. The rumor was that Sting wanted to drop the titles. He thought it was only right that he dropped the titles since he was retiring. Tony Khan and the Bucks would not let it happen.
Oh, yeah. No.
So props to them for letting Sting go out on a high.
Yeah, no, this was for people that were like thinking maybe, Sting's kind of vouching for a 29, a perfect run. No, that was not the case itself. I think he even said he wasn't really vouching for that. That wasn't the end goal. It was all for Tony Khan. Tony Khan wanted him to go out in the rightful manner that he thought was good. He felt as though in the media scrum, he said, like, people back in the day have taken advantage of how nice Sting is. So this was a good way, I guess, in his mind, the best way to send off. And I can't disagree. I mean, it goes away from the traditional go out on your back and the way that a lot of other guys around this time would be. But
I mean, we do have to sit here and say Darby stop.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just, like
there were safety
tables. I'm okay with chairs. You're getting a little more into. You fall the wrong way. You could lacerate a spleen, a liver, puncture a lung with a broken limb, a rib. Plate glass, falling onto plate glass.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And only came out of it with 12 stitches somehow.
I think he's made out of kinetic sand. I don't know. I don't know how this guy keeps doing what he can do.
It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely insane.
The fact that and they even zoomed in on his back after the spot.
Yeah.
And you just see this blood start coming up to the surface, and I was like,
yeah. I like the memes where it was Leonardo DiCaprio pointing out it was CM Punk's face on it. He's like, yeah, that spot right there.
Like death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
It just made you cringe.
Cry me a river. But that was a nasty spot for sure. I loved it at the very end when he's kind of doing the off-air stuff and a send-off for Sting and everything. He goes, "All right, this is great. I'm gonna go to the hospital now." It was all timing for that one.
And Sting just like, let me know what you're okay and how many stitches you got.
Yeah, basically.
Like, oh my God.
He was also good earlier, Sting. He said, thank you, Rick. I don't even know if Rick's here anymore. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I don't even know if Rick thought he was there.
Rick took off and went somewhere.
Gonzo.
The reason that they did not show Lex Luger or DDP on the actual pay-per-view was because they have WWE contracts.
Yes, yeah. Luger said that on Busted Open that they were allowed to go down there. That WWE allowed them to do that for that sake, but there was like, please do not be on TV. So I believe
Jesus,
I think it was only
WWE
Magnum TA.
gave Sting a shout out on Monday night.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, they did and they didn't. Everyone on the same day, New Japan, AEW, and Ring of Honor, they all put out a post, but instead, WWE put out you can't miss this one. It was the teaser for the NXT main event. Now, acting like that was bigger than Sting's retirement. So, no, don't do that. Do not do that. Don't act like it's two of the same thing. Not even close.
We have to talk about. I mean, you can talk FTR, Mox, and Claudio. It's what it was. Workhorses doing workhorse things, having a solid match.
I think it just sets up for part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Just because FTR, they put people over, but they don't finish out with a loss.
And then we could go an hour probably on Ospreay Takeshita.
Oh yeah.
I'll just say this: probably the best match I've seen in the last 3 years.
I'll agree with Ospreay. If that's going to be his first match under contract, everybody else, look out. Look out.
You even said to me, you go, I haven't really watched a lot of Ospreay. And for this to be like your initial, let me rip the Band-Aid off and see what this kid's got kind of thing. And you go, oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah,
why Dykstra's the way he is about Ospreay.
Yeah, if that was your first taste of Ospreay, that's again, you're getting.
He's so. To me, it's not. You can be crisp and concise, but he's so fluid with his high impact.
It's
stuff.
that running off the person he's running up a wall. That spot right there. I mean, he flies around the phenomenal forearm. I love that everything he does. It's a nice little indicator of almost AJ Styles, and that's kind of what he.
I think he's a more impactful version. Of Omega.
Okay.
When Omega was at his prime.
Yeah, that's
because he does things that I don't think AJ could ever do.
No, I don't think so.
So, and I think Kenny could. If wanted to.
I mean, prime TNA AJ was phenomenal. I mean, absolutely. I mean, he lived up to the name.
So let's put those three in that category of guys who can take air, but yet have the technical abilities to do what they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, it's the speed in which he hits his spots.
Yes. The speed and the veracity. Yes.
And doesn't miss those spots. That's the crazy thing to me.
He's one of one. I have it on here, honestly. I think as of now, up until now, Ospreay has to be the best signing for AEW up until this point. Yeah, just got Okada, I'm sure, but I mean this
Ospreay takes that company to
in 2 matches. In 2 matches.
Yeah, because what's he do? He just follows up a banger of a match on a pay-per-view with a banger of a match with his best friend on Dynamite.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I mean, that was a very much worth the time.
He cannot. I will say this much: he cannot stay with the Don Callis family.
No.
World Empire has got to split off, and he needs to bring some more of his guys in to make that the next really great faction. World Empire versus United Kingdom or Bullet Club. The acclaimed Bullet Club.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Let's run into some of the stuff. Omega fired. Hangman suspended. Smart to write off Hangman, yes, because I think he's got some personal things going on. I think he's got
just probably just needing to take a break naturally.
I'm not sure what the whole Omega thing was.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this before. Was it a firing from AEW or just the elite, the group? But as of now, it might just be the group. Making sense.
Unbelievably great job at bringing in Okada. Kudos to my boy here, Nick, who said he sniffed Okada.
Yeah.
He smelled a little Okada coming.
I smelled it
Wednesday.
in the air. I saw it on the online. People were like, "Hey, maybe Okada tonight," because someone had reported that he had flown in but didn't fly out. Right. so I'm like, well, it's a clear indicator for me.
So for me, the heel turn was the unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I don't know if I've ever seen Okada as a heel. I can't
don't
say
believe
that. He's been the face of New Japan for so
pretty
long.
early on, but no, when his New Japan run, very much just the face.
Yeah. So he was the Hulk Hogan of New Japan.
Essentially, yeah.
You could basically say that. So let's just put it to you this way. I'm gonna be very interested to see what are they forming a new group called the Elite?
Ooh, yeah, could be a new version of there
where they're gonna bring in some of these. And listen, you factions out there, don't be shy. Don't hesitate to bring in some females.
Are we gonna get Omega Hangman and who's the golden lover like that.
Kota Ibushi?
Yeah, we're gonna get them
Ibushi
three
me
versus
lovey.
the Elite
That's
and
a-
Okada.
I don't know if you get Hangman just because he's on a heel run right now.
Okay,
So
that's true.
That
I do like Hangman and Swerve right now, so
it'll be interesting. So
overall, fantastic Revolution.
yeah, fantastic Revolution, fantastic Dynamite.
A big step up from the last pay-per-view. So
When we come back, it's time to talk some WWE here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work.
I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste, the second to none.
Yeah, worth every quarter, am I right?
You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all?
Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. The boss.
Hey, sir. Go yourself. You're fired.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back to Bad Karma Wrestling here at Alamo.
Alamo. We're at the Alamo Dome.
Alamo.
We're at the Alamo.
Illinois Media School Studios. My boy.
No
Nick-
gimmicks. No Johnston.
gimmicks, Johnston.
In the
I'm
building.
David Double D Dykstra. We are moving on to some WWE. Dark Side of the Ring catch up. You want to talk about it? Or
Yeah,
do you
quickly.
wanna-
I know because I know you.
I haven't. I'll do this. La 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 la.
Yeah,
la,
no
la,
spoilers.
la.
John Tenta episode, Earthquake episode. I thought it was just a night. Obviously, going around, you see everyone that he was involved with. They show the Shockmaster part, which you said this is that wasn't Earthquake. That was Typhoon or Tugboat. Same gentleman. I thought that may have been just a quick, maybe what would it be a cheap way to just do that? Did you get a shot? Did the Dark Side guys to cover the Shockmaster part was to have it all around be about Earthquake? But overall, obviously a sad story. Not really, controversial. Just everyone more or less blaming Vince McMahon for John Tenta being on the road so much, having such a big, not being away from his family and whatnot. So. Interesting story nonetheless. Didn't know that he ended up working retail. Just
Big and tall.
yeah, exactly. It more or less was maybe just I don't know if the story or the message was like too much pride, something like that, or just like not taking care of yourself. That maybe would have been the thing, but overall solid one. But the next week's episode of Buff Bagwell, that's going to be That'll be spicy. A lot of people seem to hate him.
Well, for those of you who don't know, let me just say right now, spoiler alert. After his time in WCW and WWE, Mr. Buff Bagwell was a gigolo for a while.
That's what I thought. I thought he was in some adult films, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he ever crossed over to the adult film industry. Marty Jannetty did, but I don't believe he did.
Don't you want to party with Marty?
I don't. I just think he did the gigolo thing.
Okay, that's still pretty fun.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Well, overall, like I said, Vice kicking it off with John Tenta, following up with Buff Bagwell. I'll be interested more or less just to see the Sandman episode. There's a couple other ones that I wasn't really aware of, but that's Dark Side. Love me some Dark Side. Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, on to some more WWE.
Do you want to talk about the Hall of Fame inductees so far? And one was reported today too.
Oh yeah.
As well.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the third one, so that'd be an interesting
I'll break the third one, but obviously everybody's clamoring for Bray Wyatt to be the headliner.
Okay.
Of the Hall of Fame this year. I think it'd be the right move, and I think with this latest inductee,
Is it trending in that direction?
It might be trending in that direction because it was reported today by WWE.com, Bleacher Report, the U.S. Express will be inducted into the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. Now, for those of you who don't know who the U.S. Express is, it's a tag team that was in my top 15. Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda are going to get, now will be two-time.
Yeah, because is he already in there as IRS?
He's in there as IRS. Wyndham's in there as part of the Four Horsemen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because Ole didn't want to come
Yeah.
to the ceremony.
And then you find out in that Earthquake one, Ole Anderson was the voice of the Shockmaster.
Oh, good God.
And he was laughing off screen, but I'm sorry, I'm
just
all over the place.
But
that's interesting.
congratulations to those two. I thought it was hilarious that I talked about them, 2 weeks ago?
I think so,
something like that.
Yeah.
And now they're getting, I willed it into existence. Because to me at least, there are why isn't the WWE giving Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid their props?
Okay.
Unless they already are they? I don't believe.
I think Dynamite Kid might be in there already.
The Dynamite Kid is not.
Oh, he's not? Okay. Maybe it was just the dark side of that.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, maybe it was the dark side episode.
I love the female Hall of Famer that they've got.
Yeah, Bull Nakano. Yeah.
Is fantastic.
I was just I maybe just missed my time on that one. I was just wondering who and maybe why. Just not trying to be ignorant. Just not. I'm just not sure. Not sure.
It was her and
Alundra Blaze. Oh yeah.
Medusa / Alundra Blaze had a huge feud.
Okay.
During the late 80s, early 90s.
For sure.
And she was a staple of every major Japanese female wrestling promotion over there. She's an icon over there. I think she even did some stuff with FMW at one time, which if no one knows what FMW is, those are where the death matches happen.
Oh, sick. I'll have to pull up my Shaq impression. I was not aware of your game on that one. My apologies.
Yeah, Bull Nakano very, very much deserves. It's very much in the same aspect that Muda.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Just because he was never in the WWE, they have the rights to WCW. It's giving props to Trailblazer. And, I mean, Alundra Blaze in her Hall of Fame speech even said, hey, we need to give some props to Bull Nakano. She is who they say she is.
That's cool. I'm just going to have to expand my horizon on that.
The British Bulldog is in.
He is in there. Okay.
The British Bulldog, but the British Bulldogs are not.
Okay. So Dynamite Kid needs to get in there.
Yeah.
And then finally, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was supposed to be there. I mean,
this should have happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
let's be honest.
This is a layup.
This man is a genius. I'm going to be very interested to see who inducts him, though.
Everyone's saying Tommy Dreamer, then everyone also brought up, Tommy Dreamer and a gun and bringing him. He wanted attempted to kill him or something like that.
Oh, there's been
They
have a
was just
very storied past.
Yes.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Rob Van Dam come back and do it.
Maybe, yeah.
I know Van Dam's working on just an appearance kind of
Oh,
contract
okay.
with AEW. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Sabu.
Yeah, if he's interested there, that'd be pretty cool.
There's a whole bunch.
The response there for me,
Ray.
Yes, yeah.
Bubba Ray'd be another great one.
Yeah, as long as all the heat is clear, yeah,
if
same thing.
AEW would let him, which
Yeah,
I don't think they would.
I'm sure Taz. I think AEW would. I don't think WWE would want Taz there. So just because he's under contract. My whole thing with the Heyman induction was just everyone was making a whole fuss about the collage that they had posted. Just no pictures of Lesnar, guys. Heyman, while he is a fantastic manager, he's way more than just Brock Lesnar's manager. He's the founder of ECW and the manager there. Everything about that. He's just a mastermind in booking.
He's who Stephanie and Triple H go to talk creative with.
Yeah, exactly. So just sit there and be like, oh, he's just a Brock Lesnar guy. He's far beyond that. That's being very ignorant. So, I mean, creative genius behind ECW and just about a ton of other storylines that have gone on.
Okay, so let me just put this in words that y'all can understand. There would be no Stone Cold Steve Austin without Paul Heyman.
Yep.
There would be no CM Punk without Paul Heyman.
There would have been no
You're
Eddie.
looking at me cross-eyed on the Stone Cold?
Look it up.
No. I'm telling you right now. Stone Cold, his manager in WCW, Paul Heyman.
Well, Stone Cold was fired, and then he gave him all that.
Ooh,
That could be. That could be.
That might be a...
Stone Cold was fired, and then Paul Heyman gives him that whole Vince McMahon gimmick on ECW.
Yeah.
And then he just completely rejuvenates his career. So, I mean, I feel like you give him that part right there.
That might be a good...
That'd be a solid one right there, without a doubt.
Again,
if you're...
He was down in OVW for a really long time. Like, that whole OVW class was him and Pritchard developing Cena, Randy.
Without Paul Heyman, you don't get Edge as a world heavyweight champion. You don't get Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit. Hold on, Rey Mysterio. None of those guys are in the main event picture without him. So I mean that was all his booking. That was all him in early 2000 SmackDown, trying to make these guys stars and studs, and he did so successfully. So I mean,
you have an interesting question here.
Sure.
Have they run out of names?
That's I was floating around. That's kind of what a lot of people are saying as well. It's just
Bray.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one right there.
Bray Wyatt's out there.
And I don't want to undersell Paul Heyman and other names,
like
but
from WCW that they could do. To be quite honest, I mean you still haven't
Glacier. I'm sorry.
I mean, Canyon could be put in.
Yeah, that would be a nice little sentiment.
You've got a lot of gimmick guys out there that haven't been put into the Hall of Fame. There's butt tons of tag teams.
Yeah,
that have not been put into the Hall of Fame that should be.
I'm gonna actually try and pull up maybe a list of non-Hall of Famers. WWE. Not in WWE.
Larry Zbyszko comes to mind off the top of my head.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to go back very far to get. I mean, a lot of these guys beg and plead Owen Hart's wife to let them induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame. Do whatever it takes, because now that Vince is gone, Triple H can repair that relationship, and hopefully they can get him into the WWE Hall of Fame, because that's where he belongs.
You could do Demolition. People are vouching for Jim Cornette. Whether it is the
Jim Cornette should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Bruce Pritchard should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Luger's not in there. Giant Baba's not in there.
Why is Luger not in there?
I'm not entirely sure.
That's interesting. Maybe because of the the whole controversy with Miss Elizabeth?
Maybe, yeah. It doesn't really have like a description of why. It kind of just has like a description of just the person itself. Rick Martel, yeah. Dynamite Kid is not in there.
Okay, first off, why is
Miss Elizabeth isn't there?
Rick Martel isn't? Miss Elizabeth's on that list?
No, yeah. Miss Elizabeth is not in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, above everybody else, Miss Elizabeth should be in there because she is the original diva.
Yeah, absolutely. And then kind of just like the rest of the list is kind of just main big names that are kind of just that we know about. Rock, Jericho, Big Show.
Show should definitely be a Hall of Famer, but
I'll give him some time.
Well, he's with AEW.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Same thing with it says Jericho.
Here's one that just came back to the WWE. William Regal.
Yeah.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely.
William Regal should be in the Hall of Fame.
And that kind of gets you into
Point
that
blank
like
story.
almost gimmicky territory, but he's been around so long that like it's his influence and his training. That's what carries him into it.
Give it to him for what he's done with NXT.
Absolutely.
And you're starting to see those effects in NXT again.
Absolutely.
NXT starting to amp back up, and you're going, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Speaking of, what'd you think of Regal's spot in NXT when he came?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I don't know if that's just him putting shine on his kid.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Although the whole crowd knew it was his kid because they were chanting, "Who's your daddy?" Or "He's your daddy."
Oh, okay.
That which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But they've got a bona fide superstar down there, and I'm not talking about Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is going to be huge. But they've got a bona fide, I think, megastar down there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Trick Williams is going to be huge. If they do it right with Trick Williams, he is going to be unbelievably huge.
He's getting huge pops.
Dude, that place, I'm going to sound super cliche. The roof popped off of that little arena when he came out and started
Full Sail came alive. Absolutely.
Are they still at Full Sail?
Yeah. Yeah. Full Sail University.
Because I know TNA was looking at the old arena that they used to do.
Oh, yeah?
At Full Sail.
Okay. Maybe at the Impact.
That's why I was wondering if they were still with Full Sail.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. What were you thinking prediction wise tonight? What was the big question tonight?
I'm interested to see what goes down. What road? Because I do love the Easter egg searchers that are out there, because I don't even know if you noticed when they all when The Rock recognized the tribal chief and they all put up the ones. Did you notice what Rock did?
I did not.
Rock did this. And you know what that can turn into?
Ooh. Yeah.
And that's Cody's Bullet Club, baby. He did this.
Okay.
And you see over on the other side, Heyman looking at him kind of awkwardly.
A little crooked.
Yep.
Okay.
So there might be a little bit of an Easter egg there.
Yeah, I like.
Remember what Cody said.
You have to fill me in. Remember.
At the big junket. He said, or the first time Rock showed up, I want to destroy your entire family, not just take the title off of you.
Okay, so he's going to start from the top.
I think The Rock they're building Rock and Roman up for something. You know it's going to happen eventually. Maybe The Rock is doing all this because he thinks Roman's taking the family in the wrong direction, but he'll play the part until he doesn't have to play the part anymore and turn face.
Yeah, I like that route. I don't want. Yeah, I was always torn. Like I would, as much as I do like Roman and Cody, and you gotta at this point just put the title on Cody, so you just don't completely fumble him at this point. Gotta see Rock and Roman, but there should be a better lead, a better build up, and that
SummerSlam
sounds like it would be the route. Yeah,
SummerSlam.
Yeah,
SummerSlam. Have them build, or you do it over in Jeddah.
I'd rather
Those
have that.
Saudis want The Rock over
I'd
there
rather have
bad,
that
baby.
on him.
They're going to offer The Rock a lot of money to come over there.
Call me a red-blooded American. I'd rather see that on the home
on the
soil.
good US of A stage. Yiller.
Brother, I tell you what, I'd rather
America.
you gotta see the rock and roll
America.
here. And I don't even know what would be the best. Yeah, there you go, absolutely.
You said you've enjoyed Drew McIntyre lately. Why don't you explain that?
Yeah, Drew, he's been an absolute menace on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, as of late. Every single post he is just absolutely hilarious and fire. I don't know if you saw, it was that same, he quoted CM Punk but threw in Seth Rollins in the one post. He's like, I'm sitting here, I'm sick of working with children type deal. He's been an absolute pleasure. So between that, videotaping himself leaving the arena and just ripping apart the crowd that's booing and cheering for him, he's been absolutely fantastic. And then again, that started with that one post of him posting his own face on the one meme that's just like the guy standing next to the grave site for CM Punk's hopes and dreams. It was over. It was over after that, and it just clearly shows that McIntyre gets it. He absolutely gets it. He gets how the online is working. He knows how the trolls are. It's been absolutely just a pleasure to watch. And now, just in general, that last little segment of him saying like, "Hey Drew," or "Hey Seth, focus on me. All eyes should be on me." He's hitting on all cylinders right now between the in-ring work, staying on top of that online world. Drew McIntyre's killing it.
I think he's doing very well in his heel role. I will say that I've been very pleasantly surprised at his promos and things of that nature. You have written down here that we have another ex-WWE guy wanted for murder.
Another. Yeah. If you take a look over here from one crazy note to another, Dan Rodman. That's how he was actually the winner of the 2004 Tough Enough series. Daniel Rodimer. Yeah, I was kind of searching through it myself, and I guess he's in the Body Slam Challenge with the Big Show segment. If you watch that, he's in there. Again, I don't really recall the whole ordeal, but it popped up the other day.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't want
Innocent until proven guilty, people, but allegedly.
To just not sound ignorant, I don't want to say just some nobody, but it wasn't like another wrestler. I believe.
Do it for Trump?
Allegedly. Again, yeah. This is kind of crazy. I think Joey Janela's.
He's a former. Listen.
The guy's name is Christopher Tapp.
He's a former Trump aide.
Yeah.
That's why I said Trump.
Daniel Rodimer is. Yeah, he's a congressman and all that.
Allegedly.
So. Joey Janela's quote we tweeted was pretty good. He's like, the life after wrestling speed run. He's like, you either become a hardcore Trump guy or a murderer, and this guy did both. So allegedly. Again, that was from Joey Janela. Again, so not my thoughts, but just gotta.
Hey, these are not the opinions and thoughts of Bad Karma Wrestling.
Yeah, but it's still hilarious.
We can neither condone or dismiss those responses by Joey Janela.
Yeah. Again,
because they are his thoughts and his thoughts only.
Yeah. So Daniel Rodimer, looking like he's in some hot water. And again, if you remember him from the 2004 Tough Enough series.
I do not. So he must not have been that good.
Didn't stick around. The only footage they really have of him is from like OVW.
Quick note.
Yeah.
Quick note. They have pretty much taken Vince McMahon out of 2K24.
Yeah.
They've blurred him out.
Completely blurred him out, yeah. I mean, again.
I still see the creepy mustache, dude.
Forever ingrained in the memory. Yeah, just burned.
Worse than Danny Coletta's.
Oh no. He's catching some oh, no.
All right, when we come back, we stick with the WWE, but we're going to our countdown. We got number 11, and we crack open the top 10 here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Junie Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed Naked Clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
Can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D.
And we're back, just like herpes complex C. I mean, what?
Stop projecting.
What the hell? Where'd that come
This
from?
is a family show there.
Jesus.
Come on
Crime
now.
and a Christmas. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize. I got the vapors. I'm David Double D Dykstra. My boy Nick No Gimmicks Johnston. We're about to hit our countdown of WrestleMania moments, matches, whatever you want it to be. We're about to crack the top 10, ladies and gents. It's exciting.
Woohoo! There we go. Gets the meat locker excited.
Well, doesn't take much to get Scotty's meat locker excited.
Wahoo! Again, family show.
And there's your one shot for the day, Scotty.
Bing bong.
I'm gonna start with you, sir.
Okay.
What is your number 11 moment?
Number 11. I was ping-ponging this one back and forth, and for...
Did you play ping pong yesterday?
I did
'Cause
not.
You've been ping ponging this whole episode.
Have I?
Yeah, it's been a lot of ping pong rounds.
Oh, okay. Bing bong. I was back and forth on this one for the idea that this man just in here as of now has caused some controversy, but gotta separate the art from the artist sometimes. I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar doing a shooting star press, and he might have he broke his neck.
No,
right?
he did not
okay.
break his neck.
He did not break his neck because his neck is
He
so...
should have died.
Yeah.
Let's be real here,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Any normal human being, they're dead.
Absolutely, and that goes again. That just shows how strong his whole just girthy neck was. I guess I don't even know how else to put it. But it was exactly that. Just that spot right there is what a lot of people go to for that entire match. Didn't know that you can even go through that door over there. And here we have it: Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. In a fantastic match. Like I said, I don't want to take away from the entire match itself, but that is the big spot that everyone goes to, is the Lesnar shooting star press, because that was his original finisher in OVW. He brought out the kitchen sink for this one and brought out the shooting star press once more. So again, always a big spot in my mind. Number 11 spot for me.
Nice. I like it. Very, very good. Number 11 for me is the Gimmicks Battle Royal.
Ah!
Oh, I got an ah-ha-ha from him. It was just, for me, it was just nostalgia.
Yes.
It's the best way to wrap everything up as it being fun and good. The match was horrible. Yeah. But it was just seeing all these people. Having the Iron Sheik win it, though, was fantastic.
Big time win, yeah. Suck on that one, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. USA, ha!
Yeah. It was a good showing of like the new and the old and the new.
Duke, the Dumpster Drosy, the Gobbledygook.
I can even see it. I think the Earthquake is in there. Doink,
Earthquake,
Kamala.
Yeah, Brother Love. There were so many.
Isn't Pete Rose in that? Ended up being in there?
I think Pete Rose was in it.
Or Drew Carey, one of the two?
No, Pete Rose
Okay,
was.
Pete Rose was in there, for
Pete
sure.
Rose was in it, yeah. Both Tugboat and Earthquake were in
they were.
the gimmicks match. So, what is going on?
I know, there's a lot of
There's a lot of commotion going on.
meat.
I
The
don't
meat
like
locker's
it.
going crazy.
Buckle it up. Buckle it up.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a changing from the old to the new was this match.
On to your number 10.
Number 10, like I said, getting into the nitty gritty. This one's for me, though. This one is all for me. This one is all for me at my number 10 spot. A match that my brother, again, this is why it's so funny to me. My brother was looking forward to this match all night long for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Kane versus Chavo Guerrero. Like I said, he was ready for it, and it ended in 11 seconds. The story goes for me, like I said, don't give me that look. This one's for me.
I get that it's a personal thing.
This is a personal one for me.
All things for your brother to look forward to in a wrestling match.
We like the ECW
and
brand.
Chavo.
WrestleMania 24 was slim pickings. Besides Undertaker and Shawn for the second time, it was pretty. Or for the third, for the first. I don't remember.
First or second time.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of slim pickings, but the funny thing goes from there for that one was exactly that. We're getting ready to sit down. It's like, oh, they both come out. Bell rings. He turns around thinking, we're gonna be fine. He goes and grabs a soda from the fridge. Comes back. Bell, it's over. He's like, what the hell happened? So that's why for me that match right there. Kane earlier had won a battle royal to become the number 1 contender, and exactly that was in this match with Chavo.
Okay, so I think Kane in general, to me, and this is just to me, and Undertaker, don't hurt me. Kane's overrated in my eyes.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! I think he's properly rated. I don't think he's.
I would not put him as the second best big man in that era.
I don't think I would either. Are people doing that?
There's a lot of people that put Taker 1, him 2.
That's nuts.
And it's a lot of it has.
I would have to put Show there.
A lot of it has to do with the consistency of what Kane was, and maybe that's my problem. Kane never had that moment until he got with Daniel Bryan, where you were like, okay, this dude can do some stuff other than the.
Are you sure? I don't know. When he was working with Goldust, he was doing comedic stuff.
There were moments. I would have loved to seen more moments.
There was a time. I mean, I always loved the many.
For God's sake, your original character was Dr. Isaac Yankem.
Have you ever seen the video of the Kane and his many girlfriends? It's like an 12 minute long video on YouTube because he put him in so many storylines with different women. So it's kind of funny. I mean,
let's see.
Number 10 for you. What do you got?
Number 10 for me. There's a reason I said Royale. I'm going with the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for one reason only.
This is our first pre-show moment.
Cesaro lifting the Big Show like he was a feather.
Yep.
A feather, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen anybody lift the Big Show like that. And I'm talking dudes that are as big as him. Braun Strowman struggled picking him up. Lesnar struggled picking him up. Cesaro picked him up like he was a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
And walked with him to the top rope.
Like he was trying to bring in groceries.
And threw him over the top rope. WWE completely screwed it up and didn't push Cesaro at that point. Should have kept him as a Heyman man because that pop was incredible the night after.
Yep.
Oh, so it's one of my favorite moments because I just remember sitting there going, what the actual did he just do?
Huge pop. Huge moment right there. Exactly that.
Ridiculous.
It was, that's just it. He's a unicorn. He's a unicorn in the sense that he's just so strong and moves the way that he does.
I think Cena's probably the only one that could match him strength.
Probably.
Just pure powerlifting strength.
Yeah. And, I don't think Cesaro needs the extracurriculars, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey,
now.
Hey,
allegedly. Hey, come on now. We all like the Barbie movie. Ricky Stenicki? I'm sorry. We're all over the place. I had a cup of coffee before we get this episode going.
There's just a lot of things. potentially has this WrestleMania has the potential to be top to bottom one of the best worked WrestleManias that they've ever had if they book it properly.
Yeah.
Now they're doing this stupid gauntlet to see who is going to face Gunther at WrestleMania for the IC title. Come on. We all know who it's going to be. Y'all not watching the backstage promos where Sammy's talking and Gunther just walks by him and goes, Sammy's winning the gauntlet.
That makes sense. I like that. I like how that's been going.
Jey Uso should have that goddamn title.
Yeah, that would put more heat on the actual Jay and Jimmy storyline that they'll probably end up pushing.
Who has the U.S. title right now? Oh, Logan Paul does. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Not for long, Rand. They're posthumously going to give that to Randy.
Yeah,
I don't think Randy's a Grand Slam champion yet.
I think he is.
No, I do not believe he's
I'll
ever held the U.S. title.
No, he has. Yeah, he definitely has. Is Randy Orton a Grand Slam champion?
I don't believe he is.
He is a Grand Slam champion, 2-time Royal Rumble winner as well, and there you go.
When did he hold the U.S. title?
Let's see, probably for a couple. I mean, he's literally right there.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's him holding the U.S. title.
I'm a loser. He probably beat John Cena for it.
Last he had to win it at Fastlane. That's
okay.
whichever one Fastlane was. So.
All right, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, a nice.
He
defeated Bobby Roode for the United States title.
That had to have been the last title he needed for the Grand Slam. Then
I think so. Because
well, that'll tell you what. He was against Bobby Roode, so I don't remember.
But how special is it? There's 18 Grand Slam champions.
I think that new echelon is a 2-time Grand Slam champion.
Okay, they got to go around you got to go around
There's
twice.
There's only 2 of them.
And that is, isn't it The Miz or
The Miz and Seth?
Okay, all right, yeah,
Those
that's
are the only 2.
Oof. I don't like. Yeah, I mean, only half.
That's crazy. It is crazy to me. The dude that nobody wanted to be a professional wrestler in WWE is a 2-time.
I still don't want him to be a professional wrestler.
Grand Slam champion. I think he's phenomenal.
He's good on the mic. In-ring work is
He is one of the measuring sticks for WWE.
That's unfortunate.
Any new guy that they bring in there, or any guy that they want to get over, goes up against The Miz. Think about this. Think about the guys that have been associated with The Miz over years. The Miz coached who in NXT?
Bryan Danielson coached The Miz. There was no reason for that to happen. Don't sit there and say The Miz gave him any sort of rub. It's not true.
He did give him. You got to understand something.
For the WWE audience, he gave him that. But for anyone that knew anything, they already knew Bryan Danielson was a guy.
But how many of those WWE fans know anything?
Back then, they didn't.
How many of the WWE fans know that they've got talent galore coming from NXT right now?
Yeah. No, they probably have no idea. No.
That's why everybody was so shocked when Enzo and Big Cass came out the first time. They're like, who's this dude on the mic? And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He's amazing.
Yeah.
What's his name? His name's Aaron Sills now, but it was his tag team partner that mimicked him and everything he did. Oh, what's his name?
I'm pulling him up right now. Aaron Sills. Is it golly.
Yeah.
The smart
guy. Yep.
My God. I think, therefore, I am better than you. God, Daniel.
No, it's not Daniel.
God.
It's not Daniel.
Why is this the worst thing on the planet? I found his LinkedIn page, but I can't find the actual guy. It probably isn't. Probably isn't the right one. Cesaro. No. It's so close. It's so
Alex
close.
Riley got a rub from him.
Yeah, where's Alex Riley?
Well, Alex Riley did it to himself.
Fair.
Big Show.
I'm not agreeing with any of these. I'm just going to tell you that. Everything that Miz is a part of is just because he's
Damien
there.
Mizdow.
Yes. There you go. Damien Sandow. Yes.
That was the best.
Yes. That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
The fact that he got over by just mimicking The Miz is probably one of the greatest shticks ever.
Yeah. And also, he's probably one of my favorite sketches in that one.
He and John Morrison were pretty solid together.
Yeah, that is probably okay. That's probably the best thing I'll give you right there. But then that's
You didn't like R-Truth and him together?
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. That's fine. I mean, but again, that's R-Truth.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about the genius that is R-Truth?
Yes,
again?
we can. All the time.
If I said, "Are you ready?" to all the wrestling fans in here, what would come to mind?
I don't know.
Degeneration X.
Yeah.
There's a new one. And they're not chopping anymore. They're putting them out like this. Do you know what he called the group the other week on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, Lord. Please.
Regeneration X.
You're going to regenerate some limbs?
Him, The Miz, Ciampa, and Gargano. Regeneration X. I want them to run with this so badly. So badly.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would get
Come
the
up
crowd
with a
going.
new version. Are you ready? And it'd be some kind of weird.
Yeah.
Have Truth do it.
Yeah. Just have him do the whole
thing. Instead of saying,
thing.
"What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped now. You sold me. I'm done. I'm good.
It's so good. All right, that's going to do it for us this week. Next week, 9 and 8 WrestleMania moments. We'll see you guys next week here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.